Hey beloveds, did you know that there are hidden in plain sight spells that may be working against us, especially when it comes to money? Let's get into it. I'm Tanya Melendez, creator of Chart and Soul Astrology, founder of Cosmic Nautics, award-winning psychic medium, and intuitive astrologist. And I am also your favorite Black psychic librarian. And I've been doing my research, and I've come to discover that there is a lot more on this dollar bill than you may think. So let's get into what's hidden in plain sight. Now, I cannot go through everything, so I'm going to highlight the two things that really stand out for me. Of course, as a person who studies and practices Kemetic science, the first thing that I notice, of course, is the pyramid. The pyramid, of course, of Giza, this all-seeing eye at the top, as well as the energy of Giza. And so this all-seeing eye, this sits with a radiant triangle, and this is all about being able to see everything. Quite interesting, especially with what we're going through in these times. There are also, if you look at very closely, how many levels do you see there? If you count those levels, you're going to get to 13. 13 is written more than once, and we're going to get into that in just a moment as well. And so this unfinished pyramid, as well as what is inscripted in here, Anuit Sepetus. And so this is about who has favor. Who has favor. So this is about divine mission. And then last, there is the Novus Ordem Selecrium, the new order of ages. Where have we been hearing that? All of that is right there, beloveds. And so let's get into the number 13. We know in American history, the original colonies were, you got it, 13. There are also three other places here. No, there are 4 others, so a total of 5. And there may be some even more hidden that you may not see. And so before I get into that, I want to share a couple of other denominations. I'm not using any of the currency here of Mexico because they actually are changing it. So it is going through a transformation. But here is this is a pound, and you can see from Egypt. So there's a pound from Egypt. Here is a beautiful, I love this, a rupee from India. This was given to me in an airport from a beautiful person that I met. And so when I saw it, and then look at this. This is a $2 bill. Actually, I got this in Egypt. I got more $2 bills in Egypt than I ever had in my entire life. Like, they couldn't wait to get rid of them. And, I mean, look at that. And so that's a whole nother class. And then I have my gold 100, which is a replica. But again, look at that. What is that? And then here on the front. And so there is a lot into this. So let's get into this 13. So 13 is repeated, as I said, more times than we think. So as I shared, there's 13 here. And then there's 13 stars above the eagle. Okay, there's 13 stripes on the shield. There's 13 arrows in the eagle's talon, and there's 13 olives and leaves. And so 13 is, we know, Friday the 13th, right? The big 13. So this is all about hidden wisdom. So there is interweaving in here divine feminine energy, right? We know 13 is also the witch's number. And so why do you think the number 13 would be represented so boldly in the US dollar? So not only is that transformation in cycles of birth and rebirth and cycles of death and the divine feminine, there is definitely a spell that is woven in there with all those repeats of 13. wouldn't you think? And so these are the type of things that I like to dive into in the Cosmic Mirror over there on Substack, as well as really getting into the embodiment of not just these signs and symbols, but there's also astrology in here. And so that's where we take it into the next level in signs and symbols. That's coming up next month. And so this is an opportunity for us to look and see what else is hiding in plain sight that we haven't seen. So go outside with fresh new eyes and look and see what other signs and symbols out there are woven in that we don't even pay attention to. Every logo, small businesses have personal meanings, but a lot of corporations, if you look at corporations, if you look at different brands, look at their colors, look at the logos, look at the energy. My logo is very spiritual, and so if you are in my community, you know what that is. And so we're going to keep diving in. I'm going to keep uncovering what's hidden in plain sight. And if you follow me on Substack, you'll see what is your archetype, as well as what growth cycle you may be in now. So what is hiding in plain sight that you want to discover? Until next time, beloveds, Ashe.